It's Friday, and you know what? That means that the week is coming to a close, and what it also means is a content series that I'm trying called 5 on Friday. This is where we list out 5 things, be it 5 favorite restaurants, 5 things we don't like about a smartphone, 5 things we think should change in the industry. It's just a list of 5 things that we think are 5 things that are important. How's it going, guys? I'm Aaron from PhoneDog.com. This week, it's all about the Nexus 4. Now, on 5 on Friday, it's 5 things I'd change about the Nexus 4. It's the Google Nexus 4, also known as the LG Nexus 4, the next iteration, the latest iteration, I should say, in the Nexus product line. It's available for $299.99, $300 gets you the 8GB version, 16GB runs you $349. These are the 5 things I wish they would change. I should do just one hand, because I guess if I do 2, that means 10. But the 5 things I'd change about this device right in front of me. Number 5, availability. This device is incredibly hard to get your hands on. It comes in 2 variants, 8GB for $300, 16GB for $350, and it is equally hard regardless of which version you're looking for. In case you were wondering, this is actually the 16GB version, and Google PR did not provide it. We bought it, and it was equally hard for me to get as well. Fortunately, it comes in and out. Unfortunately, you never quite know when it's going to be available, and it's through Google Play. Huge issues from a storefront perspective. They should have prepared for this. Both Google and LG should have prepared, LG, I should say, LG, silent G, should have prepared for the launch like a Samsung, like an HTC. Number 4, battery life. This thing is packing a 2,100 milliamp hour non-removable battery. This thing is not the best when it comes to a battery life perspective. I would love to see, just to give you an idea, in the time I've been filming this, getting it prepped, getting it ready to go, it went from 100% fully charged to 90%. So keeping that in mind, not the best battery life in the world. Charging time is relatively fast, but I definitely could use better battery life. I find myself plugging this in on a pretty regular basis when I'm using it for more than just occasional testing. Number 3, expandable storage. Like I said, 2 versions of this device, 8GB and 16GB. Once you hit that peak, you are out of luck. Unless you're storing to the cloud, you got no more storage space on the device itself. I would have loved to have seen either a micro SD card slot or at the very least a 32GB version, perhaps for $399. Available in Google Play. Number 2, LTE. Now, there are hacks, there are roots, there are mods. Some people have enabled LTE, but out of the box for the mainstream consumer, this device only supports HSPA Plus on AT&T and on T-Mobile in the States. HSPA Plus peaks at 21 megabits per second on AT&T. It peaks at 42 megabits per second on T-Mobile. So if you're on T-Mobile and you're in a 42 megabits per second market, you're doing pretty well for yourself. But on AT&T, 21 megabits per second, there is definitely a difference between HSPA Plus, even at that speed, and LTE on AT&T. I average speeds between 25 and 35 megabits per second in the Dallas Metroplex on LTE, incredibly fast with AT&T. I would love to see the next Nexus have LTE, and it was kind of surprising, and I get it. From a manufacturing perspective, this is a worldwide, a global device. It's kind of hard to do all the LTE bands. That said, would love to see specific versions for particular regions with LTE. Number 1, and I've harped on this one quite a few times, the software value adds. Android 4.2, also known as Jelly Bean, very beautiful, very fast, but boy is it boring across the board. I mean, in comparison to some of the stuff you get on Samsung's TouchWiz user interface, on HTC's user interface, and yes, I get the purist point of view. I get the fact that this is beautiful. I get the fact that you get to hack and root and mod to your heart's content, so you can really make this device your own. That said, I'm arguing from a mainstream consumer perspective, and arguably Google's trying to gear the Nexus line more and more towards a somewhat mainstream consumer with their advertisements. You see advertisements for the Nexus 7 and the Nexus 10 on a regular basis. I would love to see, definitely beautiful, really fast. That quad-core processor runs incredibly well, but I would love to see features, at least marketed features like S-Beam, S-Pens, things that really add value, personalization like you see on a lot of HTC devices, and also to a smaller extent Samsung devices, customization, some of these things you don't see, abilities to customize the text bubbles and text messaging and things like that. Would love to see some of that stuff on the Nexus 4 and on stock Android. My hope is that Google looks at it and says, you know what, our partners are doing some great things all around. We should implement some of those features as well. Perhaps they'll see eye to eye in coming versions of Android. What would you change about this device? Let me know at PhoneDog_Aaron on Twitter, Facebook, Facebook.com/HiAaronBaker, or let me know in the comments section below, both on YouTube and on the site at PhoneDog.com. Would you keep it the same? Is it the best device ever? Do you not like it? Do you like another device more? I would love to hear from you regardless at PhoneDog_Aaron. And in the meantime, keep a lock for all of our Nexus coverage. In the meantime, stay locked on PhoneDog.com for all of our Nexus 4 coverage as we move forward in this crazy quarter that is CES, Mobile World Congress, all of these different announcements. You're going to want to stay tuned because there's some exciting stuff to come. Nexus 4 and non-Nexus 4 stuff. I'm Aaron from PhoneDog.com. We'll see you next time.